We are going to be talking about the original Star Wars trilogy changes and all of the changes that George Lucas made from 1977 to 2011. And George Lucas made a lot of changes to the original trilogy between 1977 to 2011. He made multiple changes. The original theatrical release of A New Hope didn't include episode 4 in the opening crawl. It was just Star Wars and then the opening crawl without episode 4 in it. And then later, George Lucas added that when Empire Strikes Back came out. That was one of the changes that George Lucas made to the original trilogy. And the other changes were when he re-released the original Star Wars trilogy back in 1997, when he re-released them in theaters about 20 years after A New Hope. On the 20th anniversary of A New Hope is when the original trilogy was re-released on special edition, and it included extra scenes, like we get Greedo shooting first, and then instead of Han Solo shooting first, and then we also get some more scenes on Bespin and Cloud City in the original trilogy as part of the changes. And then in Return of the Jedi, we got some changes when during the scenes of Jabba the Hutt. And then we also got some changes like at the ending of Return of the Jedi, where stuff was added to Return of the Jedi, and it was a completely different theme to the ending to what was originally released in theaters. And then we also get Sebastian Shaw, and like in the 2004 DVD release, we get Sebastian Shaw replaced with Hayden Christensen. And then we also get in the 2011 Blu-ray where Vader says no. They added Vader saying no right before his redemption. And then he lifts the Emperor up and throws the Emperor in the shaft at the end of Return of the Jedi, saving his son Luke Skywalker and getting a full redemption. That was also a change that was made in 2011 in the Blu-ray release. So George Lucas made so much changes to the original trilogy, and the reason why he made so much changes to the original trilogy was due to two reasons: budget, and it also has to do with the lack of technology that was back in 1977. Originally, he wanted all of the scenes that he wanted that was re-released in special edition. He wanted all of those scenes to take place in the original release of the original trilogy back in 1977, 1980, and 1983. But he didn't have the technology back then, and he also didn't have the budget back then to be able to do all of that when making the original Star Wars trilogy. So, I think it's kind of neat. Now, some people would be against the original trilogy, like changes in the 1997 special edition, but for me, I'm not against it. In fact, Hayden Christensen replacing Sebastian Shaw as Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost actually makes the most sense to me, especially as we saw Hayden Christensen in Revenge of the Sith after it was released. And it just didn't make sense to see Sebastian Shaw as Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost. So it makes more sense to see Hayden Christensen's as Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost, because it shows that Anakin Skywalker died when he became Darth Vader. And I respect George Lucas for making those changes and the changes that he did. But initially, he wanted a lot of those changes to be already made when originally making the original trilogy back in 1977 to 1983. All of the stuff that was in the special edition re-release, he wanted all of that to be in the original release of the original trilogy, but George Lucas couldn't do it because he didn't have the technology, nor did he have the budget back then. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. Do make sure to smash a like, subscribe, comment, and I will catch you all later in another video.